Albert Einstein. The mind that changed the universe. Take a moment and imagine a universe where time never changes, where space is fixed, where gravity is just a simple pull downward. For centuries, this was reality, unchallenged, unquestioned. And then, one man looked at the universe and said, "What if everything we know is wrong?" That man was Albert Einstein. Chapter 1. Not born a genius. Albert Einstein was not a child prodigy in the classic sense. In fact, as a child, he spoke late. His family worried about his development, though he formed full sentences by around age 2.5 to 3. Teachers thought he was slow. Some even believed he would never succeed. He hated rigid schooling, hated memorization, hated being told what to think instead of how to think. But there was one thing he loved: wonder. At the age of 5, his father showed him a simple compass. The needle moved without being touched. That moment stayed with him forever. Something invisible was shaping reality. Einstein didn't want answers. He wanted understanding. Chapter 2. The Patent Clerk, who questioned reality. Years later, Einstein couldn't find a job as a scientist. No university wanted him. So he worked as a patent clerk, reviewing inventions all day, thinking about physics at night. And in that quiet office, without laboratories, without funding, without recognition, he changed the world. In 1905, a year now called his Annus Mirabilis, the miracle year, Einstein published 4 papers that redefined physics forever. Chapter 3. Time is not what you think. Special relativity. Einstein asked a strange question. What would I see if I traveled at the speed of light? From that thought alone, he discovered special relativity. He proved something unbelievable. Time is not absolute. 2 people moving at different speeds experience time differently. A fast-moving clock ticks slower than a still one. This is called time dilation. Time, once believed to be universal, became flexible, real, measurable, personal. Today, GPS satellites must adjust for this effect. Without Einstein, your phone wouldn't even know where you are. Chapter 4. One equation that changed everything. E equals mc squared. Then came the equation the entire world would remember. E equals mc squared simple. Elegant, terrifyingly powerful. Einstein revealed that mass and energy are the same thing. Matter is just energy compressed into form. A tiny amount of mass can release enormous energy. This idea led to nuclear power atomic reactions and Einstein later regretted how his ideas were used. He once expressed deep sorrow over the atomic bomb's development, feeling the weight of its consequences on humanity. Albert Einstein published his famous mass-energy equivalence formula, E equals mc squared, on September 27, 1905.
It followed from the special theory of relativity that mass and energy are but different manifestations of the same thing, a somewhat unfamiliar conception for the average mind. Furthermore, the equation E is equal mc squared, in which energy is put equal to mass multiplied with the square of the velocity of light, showed that very small amount of mass may be converted into a very large amount of energy, and vice versa. The mass and energy were in fact equivalent, according to the formula mentioned above. This was demonstrated by Cockcroft and Walton in 1932 experimentally.
Chapter 5. Gravity is not a force. General relativity. Most scientists would stop there. Einstein didn't. For 10 long years, he worked on a problem so difficult it nearly broke him. Gravity. Newton said gravity was a force. Einstein said, no. Gravity is the bending of space and time. Mass curves space-time, and objects follow that curve. Planets orbit, stars collapse. Light bends. From this theory, Einstein predicted something no one had seen: black holes. He also predicted gravitational waves, the expansion of the universe, the bending of light by gravity, all later proven true. 100 years later, his equations are still used. That's not science, that's precision art. Chapter 6. Light changes technology. Photoelectric effect. Ironically, Einstein didn't win the Nobel Prize for relativity. He won it in 1921 for something else: the photoelectric effect. He proved light behaves like particles, called photons. This discovery created the foundation for solar panels, cameras, lasers, modern electronics. Every screen you look at today exists because of this idea. Einstein didn't just explain the universe, he shaped modern life. Chapter 7. A deeply human genius. Despite his brilliance, Einstein was human. He struggled in relationships. He married twice, first to Mileva Maric, then to his cousin Elsa. Ignored fame, forgot socks. Played violin to relax his mind. He believed curiosity mattered more than intelligence. He said, "I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious." He opposed war, spoke against nationalism, warned humanity about nuclear weapons. To Einstein, science without morality was dangerous. Chapter 8. The legacy that never ended. Albert Einstein didn't give us comfort. He gave us truth. He showed us that time can stretch space, can bend. Energy hides inside matter. The universe is far stranger than we imagined. And yet, it all begins with a simple question: what if? Ending. The message for us. Einstein once said, "The most important thing is not to stop questioning." He wasn't telling us to be physicists. He was telling us to be thinkers, to doubt, to wonder, to imagine. Because one curious mind in a small office with nothing but questions can change the universe. Here are the key life lessons I learned from Albert Einstein. 1. Genius is built, not born. Albert Einstein was not a child prodigy. He struggled in school and was often misunderstood. Lesson: a slow beginning does not mean a failed future. 2. The system can be wrong. Einstein did not fit into the traditional education system. That did not make him weak. It made him different. Lesson: not fitting in does not mean you lack value. 3. Curiosity matters more than intelligence. Einstein believed curiosity was his greatest strength. He asked questions others ignored. Lesson: keep asking why and what if. 4. Imagination creates breakthroughs. Many of Einstein's discoveries came from thought experiments, not laboratories. Lesson: imagination allows you to see what does not yet exist. 5. Failure is a phase, not an identity. Einstein worked as a patent clerk when no one believed in him. He kept thinking, learning, and questioning. Lesson: where you start does not define where you end. 6. Knowledge comes with responsibility. Einstein's ideas changed the world, but he also worried about how they were used. Lesson: intelligence without ethics can be dangerous. 7. Truth is more important than fame. Einstein chased understanding, not popularity. Recognition followed naturally. Lesson: focus on meaningful work, not approval. 8. Being human is part of being great. Einstein was imperfect, emotional, and deeply human. He valued music, peace, and simplicity. Lesson: you don't have to be perfect to be brilliant. Final lesson. Albert Einstein taught us that progress begins with one simple habit: never stop questioning. If you think deeply, stay curious, and dare to imagine, you are already learning from Einstein.